Hello, YouTube. After an incredible start to 2023, stocks are dipping. The question is whether or not this dip is going to turn into a crash or if it's going to stop right here and we just resume higher. So I want you to pay attention to one simple pattern here. It is the humble inside bar. The inside bar signifies that we are within the range from the previous candle and we are consolidating. So watch this next one here. QQQ. Let's zoom in nice and close for those boomer eyes. And what do we know? Inside bar. Okay. Inside bar on SPY, inside bar on QQQ, inside bar on DXY. That is the dollar index. It's close to the high of the week, but it's still an inside bar. And now if we look here to the VIX, you're going to guess it. It's also an inside bar. Here is where things get a little bit interesting because as we now look forward to Bitcoin, what do we have? It's an inside bar, but we are closer to the low than we are to the high. You look here to ETH or Ethereum, same thing, inside bar, but we're close to last week's low. Here is where we are going to break from this story and see that things that led us so far this year, I'm talking about FXI, which is now up more than 60% off the low. I believe it is still up by 13% on the year. It gapped down below last week's range. Dead cat bounced back up, filled the gap, and then rejected. Why does this matter? Well, because there was actually news out of China this week. Baidu, who is a pretty big company in China, they announced the equivalent of a Chat GPT, general purpose technology. And this looks like it's all the news where we hyped up, we sold off, and it's like, okay, well, what else? And the market's not really all that enthusiastic, at least in China. So because this led us to the upside, I'm very receptive that, at least for now, it is starting to lead us to the downside. There's also an important area that we just rejected off of. What is it? Oh, it's our 2020 low. That's correct. So at the lows of 2020, or you guys know what the C word was, you know what happened. That's where we basically topped out short term. So our 2020 low, which was resistance in 2022 in March, was resistance into June. It ultimately came all the way down into late 2022, and now it is retesting after building up steam. Are we putting in a handle before we go higher? Or is this it? The rally's over. 60% is all we got. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And now we just go down. There is one more chart, which is EEM or emerging markets, which was also a leader so far year to date. Where is it rejecting off of? Off of 2020 lows from July, not actually from the lows going back to March, but just the ones here from June. So that's really interesting on the gap fill, basically. So we do have an inverse head and shoulders. We do have like a cup and handle. The question just is this it? If we now look a little bit closer here to our weekly candle on EEM, what do we notice? Well, we notice that, okay, we gapped down, pushed up, sold off, and closed at the low, at least for now. So if we go back here to S&P, what this really means is like basically what we went over on the weekend. And stay tuned till the end if you want to see that video. It's also linked in the description. Why? Because we talked about how we have to break and have at least two lower highs for us to start a downtrend. Otherwise, this is just consolidation after a breakout attempt, and that's what it comes down to. On QQQ, this looks like a rejection off the 50 weekly as of right now. That's what it looks like. If we can't clear it, looks like a rejection. We've stopped going down, but we're going sideways because we're stuck in this range right here. We haven't actually broken up or broken down to new lows. So pay close attention to that. Easy way to say it is that, well, into the weekend and even into like late last week, suns are clear, right? Sun is out. There's a couple of clouds. Okay, no big deal. A couple of clouds. No, we don't need an umbrella. Then you're like, oh crap. There's these big black clouds coming out. There's no rain falling yet, but I think I might want to grab an umbrella when I go out now, which is what I'm telling you. And if you want to know exactly how I'm positioned, well, there's a link in the description so you can see exactly what I did to make money today. That's right. Might be surprised. Today I made some money. So clouds are coming out. What are we going to do? Well, grab the umbrella just in case. Why? Here is where I think traders might also be making mistakes, and we'll pick up from where we were on Saturday. So traders make their biggest mistakes after 3 or 4 big profit windfall days. Call that weeks. Man, it's been an incredible 3 to 4 weeks. The excitement and euphoric high will embolden the trader when they should actually be pulling in the reins. And right now, greatest high and the largest decliners just for America, including Meta, Nvidia, and Tesla, have been what? They have been the strongest gainers so far this year. So if they let us on the way up, are they going to lead us on the way down? Tesla's still up by 40. So there's a lot for us to go through this week ahead. I encourage you to watch the weekend video. And if not, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in.